came back the next night and crushed that song, I'll tell you. This song's about my favorite baseball player of all time, Ron Santo of the Chicago Cubs. That's not a bad reaction at all, thank you. My favorite teachers, my mom and my wife, and also the people that inspire me, bands, one of the greatest of all time. It's such an honor, it really is. I goof around a lot, but I love these heathens. One more time for the heathens. This is day 8. I go back home tomorrow, so I can get some time with the puppy too. Thanks y'all for listening. He could always be found in the backyard. The bases he'd round until it grew too dark. When his time came, he didn't hesitate. They put him in the game, and he stepped up to the plate. He was thinking curveball, but he got instead 95 miles an hour right into his head. He hobbled down to first with a lump on his face, and on the very next pitch, he up and stole second base. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. With the greatest speed, he wasn't born, but he had the dirtiest uniform. Board was out of touch, kids were out of reach. She never gave up on her passion to teach. And even though the school's on the wrong side of the tracks, she crossed over and she came and gave back. We knew she could have left, but she stuck around to get everyone else's feet back on the ground. Then we would thrive and we'd achieve, 'cause she's the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born, but she had the dirtiest uniform. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born, but she had the dirtiest uniform. Both of them folks, they were heroes to me, and I grew up with hopes of something to be. I'd watch him play, listen to her teach, and I set out on my way to practice what they preach. So I heard my calling, and I found my thing. Now I spend my Fridays falling down trying to sing. But I get back up, just like they taught, and I keep on working with the tools that I've got. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I have the dirtiest uniform. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, but I have the dirtiest uniform. When I'm not traveling solo, I'm in a band. We're called Chicago Farmer and the Field Notes. We got a van named Barbara Streisand. And after the pandemic, we finally got back at it and went on a world tour. 3 nights in Michigan and 1 in Wisconsin. The 3 in Michigan were beautiful. And on the 4th day, we woke up in Benton Harbor, Michigan to head to Appleton, Wisconsin. It's a pretty good little haul. And there was this thing I'd never heard of. It's called a gale storm. And of course, if you're going to experience a gale storm for the first time, it's going to be when you're finally back on your world tour. And of course, it's going to happen while I'm driving Barbara Streisand. the semi in front of us started to slide because it started to get slick and windy. And there were cars in the ditch. And the semi just started slowly sliding. I said, this does not look good. When it came to a stop, it had jackknifed and blocked the entire interstate. And our first thought was, hope that guy's all right. And he was. Our second thought was, how in the hell are we gonna get out of this one? Doesn't look good for us making it to Appleton, Wisconsin. This guy showed up, the head of the emergency personnel. And I said, hey man, is there any way out of this? And he said, hell no. So we hung out for a while. And I found out who was in charge of the emergency personnel. And I went and sweet talked him. Told him about Barbra Streisand and our band and how we were finally back. And we had to get to Appleton, Wisconsin. And I said, is there any way out of this? And he said, hell no, man. I said, come on. There's gotta be something. And he said, unless you think you can drive this thing on the shoulder a half a mile in reverse. Thank you, John T. Weiser. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank you, Band of Heathens. Hope you had a good time tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show. Names in the lights. Get out of the van. Another night singing songs with my favorite Heathens band. Putting in the miles we've been living the dream, 'cause it's all worthwhile the times you take one for the team. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born, but we've got the dirtiest uniforms. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born, but we've got the dirtiest uniforms. Oh, the catchiest songs. I don't perform, but I've got the dirtiest uniform. Thanks for keeping your clothes on. I appreciate it. It's great to see y'all. I had such a nice time. I should probably get going. I got a big day of writing songs and playing guitar tomorrow.